Good day everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Michael, and today we're going to discuss Altcoins Sunday. I finally fixed my problem with the sound, so it should be fine right now. I had some wrong settings yesterday, and also in the first take of this video, so that's why not everything went well. Then, what are we going to discuss today? We're going to discuss the top 5 altcoins to trade, which is basically part 2, as we have released part 1 last week. And we're going to discuss a few of the coins that have been doing relatively well already, or that have been discussed last week, and we're giving an update on them. And we're going to add a few of these coins that are looking quite nice. First, if you like my content, please subscribe to the channel. Like the video, which is helping me a lot, and follow me on Instagram, as I'll be posting more content on that platform as well. Second, I first want to discuss that you should not be FOMOing into coins that have been moving heavily already, and that's why I've put up Bond, which is essentially doing a very large move in just a small time frame or small window. As we can see, as not even a week ago it was 30,000 sats, and now it's up to 120,000 sats, which is massive. But essentially, if you see a chart like this, there is just no point of taking the trade right now. The likelihood of this trade going further down the road than up and further up is just higher than the upwards move. So essentially, if you want to buy here, there's also a few questions aligned with taking that trade. First, how are your emotions when you take this trade so far up? Second, where are you going to place your stop loss if you are going to defend yourself on the trade? And 3, why didn't you have any interest when it was dropping down for a healthy retest and are getting interested right now? It's a few of these reflection points you should be focused on if you feel the need to take the trade right now on Bond. And I think the answers are very easy for you to understand. That entering a coin in this area is just completely idiotic. I mean, if you want to take the trade here, then just donate the money to a charity and go start doing something else. However, if you want to get interested in Bond, and obviously I am interested in Bond to trade it as it's very volatile, I'm interested in a higher time frame retracement, just like we've seen in the previous move up, which essentially was also 4 or 5x already, and then it came down to the previous block for support, as we can see. Such a support resistance flip is what we're going to see more in this video, but that's essentially where you want to take it from, and not in this area, as there's just no real stop loss you can take. If you take the trade, I'll be looking for longs around 68,000 sats, or a support resistance flip of the previous high, which is between 52 to 57,000 sats. These are the 2 zones that I'm interested in potential longs. But for now, I'm just not interested in Bond. And then we're getting to the coins that I'm actually interested in, which are before such a big move, which one of them is Celer. Celer network is showing a clear volume accumulation here, which is showing that people are interested in this asset. And just as any of these IEOs have been doing really well, we have seen Kava, we have seen Elrond, we've seen Bond Protocol, we've seen Fetch doing well, and we've seen Berlin, which I personally have traded. I think the rest is just going to follow suit, and one of them is Celer, showing a clear figure in what we can essentially expect. So a few things that are very important that we see on the chart from Celer is that we see a volume accumulation, which is what I just said, a great sign. Second, we see that we are above the 100-day and 200-day MA for the first time since the listing. So we're getting into the bull territory for the first time since it has been listed. And yeah, people are claiming that these tokens are dead and stuff, but these people are probably backholders already, and they will also clearly start to saying that when something is at resistance, they will announce that it just goes further up. Don't listen to them. What we also see on Celer network is that it's just making a very nice, slow build up, just like Berlin has been doing in the structure here before it started to accelerate up upwards heavily. So what we see here is not the S&P, is what we see here is that every previous level gets flipped for support. We've seen it at 27 sets, we see it at 35 sets, we see it at 47 sets, and essentially we've seen that as well at 48 to 52 sets. And from that perspective, we can see that we are clearly flipping the previous resistance for support, which is identifying that we are in an upwards trend. And second, we can see that we are making higher highs. So what we want to see right now after this push up is a new higher high. And then you're going to the left on a price discovery where you can define these resistance zones, which essentially is 110 sets, 140 sets, and almost 200 sets. And in this case, we can see that we flipped the previous level for support, are rallying towards the resistance zone, and there's two options. One, we get compression, just like another coin in this list will have. Compression and sideways movements and just a build-up. And that's called like a bullish flag or pennant or whatever. A build-up in which the next wave should bring us towards 112 or 140, and then the previous resistance, which in this case is either 88 or 78 sets, will flip for support, and then the next acceleration starts to continue. So, or we get immediate continuation and then we're ready towards 112 in one go, and then we start to be flipping levels until we start to accelerate, and that acceleration will most likely occur above 112, and then I won't be surprised if we're ready towards 200 sets in one go. Second chart that's looking almost identical is Harmony. As we can see here, I'll just erase it a little bit. Above the 100-day and 200-day MA as well, which is essentially what you want to see. Clearly flipping every level, previous resistance zone for support, which is crucial if you want to see this continuation going on. We've done it as well at the 69 level, which is essentially a bullish structure, and now we're going to look for a new higher high above this high of 93 to 110 sets. And given that we're making this build up, the acceleration will most likely start to occur, and then we get that parabolic move in which a rally towards a further level at 180 sets seems very likely for Harmony. What is the level to hold? Essentially it's the 73 sets level. If that holds, we can expect continuation to occur. Second or third actually is Anchor is actually showing what we normally would be expecting. The third one is Troy, which is showing a little bit different figure than what the majority is doing, but still it's showing a build-up. So in this case we can see that we've also flipped the previous level for support, and now we're consolidating, in which this compression between the levels and the support area between 47 to 52 sets is an entry zone. Then next, if we get that compression going, the next breakout will most likely target 100 sets on this one. Essentially a copy paste of the move we have seen on Anchor, which flipped the previous level for support, and that should be your trigger. And now you should be aware that we are in price discovery and could be taking TP, or you should be moving your stop loss. But such a move would most likely start to occur on more coins recently, and for instance Celer and Harmony are still in this area. Then finally the last two, which are Mana, broke a 1 year accumulation range, reached the resistance, great project fundamentally, and now you're looking for higher time frame retracements, which is essentially defined from 600 to 680 sets. But if you take the 4-hour time frame, you can see that there is a level around 680 and 770. So if you have a more aggressive approach, you could start looking for 770 sets. But personally, if something starts to move this fast up without necessary retests of the previous high, I would clearly be very defensive on the trades that I take, and then I will just not be trading on these smaller time frames and just look for 4-hour or 1 day consolidation periods before I'm taking the trade. Regardless, if we hold this previous high for support, it seems very likely that we're going to rally towards the range high and maybe even start making new highs in general, as we just broke this 1 year accumulation range. Then finally, another one is Algo, which is also breaking above the 100-day and 200-day MA. The levels that I'm watching for a potential trade on Algo are defined from 3,300 to 4,300 sets and 3,000 sets, and then the next target zone is 5,500 sets, as we have seen here. So this is a small update on what coins I'm watching currently. I hope you have enjoyed this video. Please subscribe and like this video or subscribe to the channel and follow me on Instagram. Now I'm going to watch Formula 1 and I wish you a wonderful Sunday.